Hi, this is Caitlin Rose Anderson, and this is my STEM presentation. This presentation showcases and explains the work that I've done with embedded systems, Arduino, Raspberry Pi, a BeagleBone, and I have just started to work with the Intel Galileo. I also have interest in electrical design and circuitry. I work on creating schematic drawings, writing code, and small electronic kits like Velman projects that I have soldered. I learned soldering circuits, resistance, capacitance, and microcontroller IDE programming in my free time and wish to further pursue it at an academic level. This is a drawing that I completed for building an Arduino servo motor system. It is using the CAD Soft Eagle programming for drawing schematics. I included this slide as a close-up example of my soldering. Some of the smaller projects require very little solder and precision. If the solder touches, it can short out the circuit and make the project useless. I put this entire board together with all the solder joints from scratch. This is a PIC controller with a microprocessor, built-in memory, and RAM to control pieces. It can be programmed to run tasks and has an on-off toggle switch. It has 2 timers and 4 selectable outputs. I created this to learn basic function of a PIC controller. PIC controllers are more basic and have been replaced with easier programs like Arduino or BeagleBone. This is a photo of me working on a 555 timer, which is finished at the right. This is an integrated IC chip that can be used as a timer, a pulse generator, a delay switch, or an oscillator. I was using it as a delay switch. When the push button is pressed, there is a 5-second delay and the LED comes on. This is on a solderless breadboard. You can put the components on the board and use the wires instead of track that a circuit board would have. This is easy for testing or non-permanent projects, so you can reuse your components. I designed this to be used as a motion detector. The Arduino is hooked up to a solderless breadboard and a PIR sensor. This measures infrared. When the light is disrupted, it hits a trigger warning in the system. It sends a signal back which can be used to blink an LED or whatever the system is set up to do. I used it with a programming system called Python, so whenever the PIR sensor is triggered, it sends an email. I like working with Arduino. To the right is the code that is written to make this work properly. This is written using Python programming. This is a Velman kit for creating a working FM radio. The kit comes with all the necessary parts, and you need to solder them in place to work. It has potentiometers that control volume and signal. It has a speaker and does produce sound from the unit. Thank you for your consideration of me for the STEM Conservatory program with Connections Academy. I will be pursuing electronics as a career path. I would like to become an electrical engineer. I've been inspired by the women in the past that have excelled in the fields that were mostly conquered by men. I have a huge Rosie the Riveter poster in my room reminding me that I can do anything I put my mind to.